Okay, revised lower level. And what I did was I took the dimensions that you gave me for the refrigerator and I popped it in here. I scaled it so that it matches what you gave me. And you'll notice it might seem like the spacing is excessive, but your outlet is here on this wall. So as this is plugged in, you can see like with the outlet here, there's really no room, barely any room for the plug. And also the appliance needs some room to breathe. So if I panelize the end here, you want to center it in the space and let the motor be able to output the air and not be constricted. So I have no doors on, no drawers, depending on what you want to do. But here's how I worked on balancing the space. And I coated the wood top and the end panel with wood so I can show you the detail when I get up there. So pretty much even spacing for the drawer fronts. I made this left vertical a little bigger in case there's a door swing in this direction so it's not hitting the wall, or if the drawer extends. I don't like to crowd the face of the drawer against the wall because we already established that we're going to do standard overlay in these units. So as it reveals onto the face frame or overlays the face frame, the reveal is the only space left. I just don't like to have it close to the walls. That's why I did that. So you could do whatever you want to do down here. These could be drawers, these could be bypass doors, and these could be drawers, and you would get a ton of storage. And I have a 1.5 inch thick wood top. And then just for now, because I'm kind of working through a design that I hope you like, stacked towers. And this is a pretty high elevation before the first shelves, but this allows you to store larger items here if you like this. You could do a number of things. You could do flush shelves. What I show is setback shelves here because it's less of a display and more of a storage. And these are more cost effective than the flush to face frame. So there's just 2 shelves in there for now. You could make movable shelves if you wanted to. And then the crown molding wrap to hide the gap between the top of the towers and the ceiling. And what I did was I carried this line across, okay, for the balance or the kind of like the goal of not having it look like you're forcing this in. And I think that this came out pretty well, but you're the one who's gonna have to decide. Carrying this line over to here where there's the bottom face frame. And then also the top. So this top lateral continues across throughout the design here. And I've left some stuff open, we'll talk about that. So what you could do is wrap the crown around here, and then this is why I coated this as wood. This filler here would, typically these end panels are a 1.5 inch vertical piece with 3/4 inch plywood inserted. So there's like a 3/8 reveal on the back side of it. I would make this an insert here so we can wrap the crown molding around, and this would be flush here, which would be a really clean look. I would just make this part up flush. And then your countertop would extend here because you do a little 1 inch overhang. And if you wanted to, I could do something like this. And I'm not gonna get into it too much, but I've done this before where we do this. You just notch it and then it wraps. And if you wanted to do it like that, where it's like cool, or you can try and take it to here, which is more difficult, but is doable. So that's entirely up to you whether you decide to do that or not, but I just wanted to point out that detail. Now, this center area here, I think this would look better with something similar to what I suggested for the open area in the mudroom. Maybe just a border. And if you did the border at the top, 4.5 like this, that line would carry across again. And then the crown molding has the reveal against that top lateral border piece in the frame that it does here. I love carrying those lines through the design if that hasn't come across in my narrations yet. But it also, like, there's so much you can do here, and you're a designer, so you know like the interior finishes is where you can make or break a project. You could do the vertical bead, you could do artwork with an artwork lamp. It really depends on how you want the space to feel, but this is where I stopped it, and I feel like this is, if I'm gonna incorporate the refrigerator instead of leaving this bare like this, if it's storage and you don't mind stuff being on the refrigerator, cool. The other thing you could do is take this unit down right here, but it really chokes the space that the refrigerator's in. So I'll let you look at this and then I'll wait for your feedback. You let me know what you think. Oh, also, I got this where the outlet is like right there. So this is going to reveal a little bit of drywall here, but get it as deep as it can before it hits the outlet.